Morning, my people. Top of the top. Yes, it is Saturday, October 4th, and I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ because with Him all things is possible. It's Saturday morning, y'all. So, even though it's Saturday, still some of you guys that have to travel to go where you're going. Some people still have to get up and go to work. So, please, safe travels there, y'all. I don't care if you're coming from work, safe travels, no rushing. If you are late getting somewhere, you know me. It is your fault. All the kids, I hope you guys will be able to sleep good today. Get you some good Saturday rest. Um, Find something productive to do today. Movies, go to the mall, some go somewhere and have fun and not be destructive. I hope everybody's feeling blessed and appreciated and thankful for seeing another day and knowing with him all things is possible. Yes, it is Saturday morning. I know I'm not expecting none of you guys to be up, but it's all right. We're going to keep it moving. Excuse me, y'all. I'll take a sip of my good old tea. Um, Somebody asked me, why don't you say this No Duck Zone episode is sponsored? No, well, right now there's no sponsors. Um, it's just sponsored by me. So, just in case anybody answered that or asked that, or they're looking. Nope, it's sponsored by me, and it will continue to be sponsored by me until further notice. Well, it'll always be sponsored by me. Um, we're gonna just chop it up, y'all. It's Saturday, so I just want to say good morning and peace and blessings to everybody. We gonna talk. This week I've been on fire with the content, so we're gonna continue to push that and just letting everybody know how important it is to be over here for these chop ups. So let's talk, right? So for my newcomers, my regulars, whoever, welcome to the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and tell people to make sure that they tell a coworker or a friend or a next door neighbor this is one of the best damn places to come to for the morning. Um, I didn't have anything in particular this morning that I was going to get into it about. Um, y'all seen my live yesterday? It was about 5 hours. Man, shit, I did a 5 hour live. I don't remember when. Shout out to my girl, 12, who held me down. Appreciate you, 12. Um, and you see all the stuff we got into it about yesterday. Um, it was stuff that mattered, that was real important, that we needed to touch down on. I never want people to get it twisted and think that I'm just a person who feel like he can say whatever he wants. I've never been really that kind of person. Well, I might have been in my younger days. Um, and I used to feel like that when I was on here. When I first got on, I was gonna say whatever I want versus me saying what I felt. The word of the day is feel. Um, Whatever you feel like is on your mind, rather it be at the moment or just in life, you have to express that. We do a good job in protecting how we feel, or we don't want to hurt other people's feelings. But when it's something that needs to be said, when it needs to be said, um, you gotta go with it. Now we understand there's a time and place for everything. We know that already. We learned that from the time we was young. There's a time and place for everything. But if you feel like something needs to be said, You need to go right ahead with it and say it. Now, just like a lot of other videos, just like a lot of other videos, I always hear people say they don't agree with what I say. And I really don't care because I'm not looking for nobody to agree. I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and that's just going to be the end of that. And you can respond to it, but it's not going to matter because once it's said already. But, the stuff we were talking about, me and 12 yesterday, about our communities and building, it was just it was just some things that needed to be said. That's all. I'm not going to get back into what I was talking about yesterday. Uh, go back to it because some people don't have no real content where all they do is come up and talk about the same thing. But how you feel at the time is going to make people understand, or hopefully they understand where you are coming from at the moment. Um, but sometimes we can't let our feelings get the best of us. Good morning, Miss Knight. I appreciate you this morning. We can't let that our feelings get the best of us. We really can't let our feelings control your emotions, but at the same time, when you feel like something is on your mind, you have to try to get people to understand where you're coming from. That's a stupid question to ask. What do you mean why it says no duck zone and there's a duck? Because that's the name of the show. That's a stupid question to ask, Socks. Because this is a place where we don't duck. And next time come in, you say good morning. You don't just come in asking questions. I mean, that's rude. It's Saturday. You say good morning to the guests, then you ask a question. But when you're feeling that, you have to make sure people understand where is it that you're coming from, so they can understand. I think a lot of times we get so deep into our feelings that the way we express it, people don't understand it. A lot of people react off just feelings. But at the moment, I'm trying to get you to see. Wait a minute. This is not me being emotional. This is just me letting you know how I feel. So I think sometimes people tend to get it twisted and not understand. When I first created No Duck Zone, I created it because of something that I was feeling. Not me being emotional, but how I was feeling. And that feeling helped me to birth something amazing like No Duck Zone. It helped me to birth it. So that's how I got all that going. But the problem with this world is, and the problem with America is that we're too goddamn sensitive. We're too goddamn emotional. And there's nothing wrong with you expressing how you feel, but just keep in mind that don't be so emotional about how you feel. Instead of you um, doing that, get people just to understand where you're coming from. If you can just get somebody to understand where you're coming from, I think it'll make it so much better. This is the reason why I like to always break down what I'm talking about instead of me coming up here sounding like some mad black man. Because dudes do it. A lot of these dudes you see on here, man, they got issues. They got anger issues, and they're expressing themselves the wrong way instead of them trying to get people to understand what it is that they're or where they're coming from or what they've been through. This is what that show represents. This is what this represents over here. Because this is a place that we created for people to come and express themselves on how they feel, what they're going through, what they've been through in life. That's what a lot of people still don't get. This is just a regular podcast. No, the fuck it ain't. Don't ever compare my shit to everybody else's. No, this is much different from what you used to. This is much different from what y'all used to. Y'all used to go into a lot of channels where they ratchet, they acting not over here. See, because the block button works fine over here. This is family oriented over here. And if you don't want to be a part of the No Doug Zone family, you're more than welcome to exit out. We ain't gonna miss you, and we don't need you. But the word of the day is feel. How do we really feel when it comes to certain situations? How do we feel about life? Are we happy? Or do we walk around putting on this act like we're happy? See, a lot of times I feel like when I get up here and I talk, I can't be something that I'm not. I gotta express myself. Hey, listen, this is how I feel, so this is what we're gonna talk about without being emotional about it. I gotta take this down because this looks stupid to me. Hold on. I don't like when people ask me stupid questions. They usually say no questions are stupid, but that was a stupid question that person asked me. And when y'all come in this morning, say good morning before you come in and start running your mouths. Now, for some of y'all, I don't know what time it is where you at, but it would be appropriate if you say good morning. Don't come in here asking me questions. I got one rule. When you walk into my channel, you say good morning. Don't come in running your mouths. Jeff Spark, what's up? Some of y'all just walk in people's house and don't even say hello. Y'all want to go straight to the refrigerator. Not in here. Say good morning. It doesn't cost to say good morning. But yeah, so like I've said in the past, that we live in a world where sometimes your feelings can get the best of you. It can put you in a place where you might not be able to get out of it. So that's why I never let that control me. I never let that take over. Oh yeah, yeah, go straight to the people's room. That's a fact. These people are weird. Um, so that's why I have this podcast to share with you guys, because every conversation that I have with you guys is straight up about how I feel and what's going on. And sometimes you guys can relate to that same thing, which is super dope. So, a lot of things I was saying in yesterday's video, I mean, there's been other videos, but everything I was saying in that video was basically how I feel, what's going on in our communities. Too many people that's from the community act like they for the community and they not. We got people who feel like they can come and feed you anything, tell you anything, act like they for you, act like they for the community, and then behind scenes they full of shit. There's too many of our people that want to be in power just to say they're in power, and they just want to get the money and that's it. But then they're not looking to do for the community. They're just looking to do for themselves. So that whole live that I did yesterday, like I said, if you go back to it, you'll see why that live was so long. It was something that just needed to be brought up. But how do we feel about certain things that not just go on in our communities, but in our lives, in our homes, in our jobs. How do we feel about it, and what do we plan on doing about it? Do we just sit around and sit on it, or do we actually make a move? These are the type of questions that's important. You're a part of a neighborhood watching your community, or you want to be. Do you sit on it, or do you actually participate? And when you participate in it, do you actually do something? Because, like I said, our people have a bad habit of always wanting to be a part of everything, but then don't do shit. They want to be a part of it just to say that they're a part of it. Oh yes, I'm talking to some of you black folk. I'm talking to some of you black folk that always want to be a part of something, but then get in there and don't do anything. Smash that like button. Good morning to everybody that's coming in, all my kings and queens. Peace and blessings to all y'all this morning on this Saturday. Safe travels to everybody that's out there, and make sure to protect your space and your peace. So, and we have people in this world that's like that. See, it's crazy how, and I think I spoke about this, how um, it's bad enough that freedom of speech is not freedom of speech. We spoke about that, right? And now you have to just be careful with everything. But you expressing yourself and speaking on how you feel should never be against the law. But it is. It's just we had scary times where, what I mean, we just got it's damn near every man for himself. These radio shows, these TV shows, these podcasters. It doesn't matter who's getting more money than who. We all on the same boat. Except for, I mean, even with YouTube, right? We have our own podcasts, but we're doing it through YouTube, which means, yeah, YouTube can throw you off and ban you, but our podcast will still be with us, if you understand what I'm saying, right? You could say something that's not respectful, and just that quick you can be off YouTube, finding yourself either making a new YouTube video, I mean, a new YouTube channel, which many of cats have done it. Some of you have probably went past the guidelines and not said what you felt, but said what you wanted to say, and sometimes saying what you want to say will get you canceled. It'll get you ghosts, because that's the world we live in. We live in the world where, all right, you can say it, but you better just be careful. I always say saying what you feel is better than saying what you want. But even with that saying what you feel, you don't have to sugarcoat it, but you have to find a way to make people understand exactly where it is that you're coming from, because you don't want to seem like a person who's walking in with hate or animosity. You're angry at the world, because we have a lot of people who do that, and they'll have YouTube and they'll use it to be able to take their anger and frustration out on people who never did anything to them. A lot of us on here don't know each other. Some of us do. But it's not about if you're knowing anybody or not. Nobody's responsible for what you're going through in life. Smoke Chesson, what up, my guy? Nobody's responsible for what you're going through in life. So at that point, you need to try to come up with some, like yesterday, you need to try to come up with some type of solution to make people understand what it is that you feel. You could say what you want on social media, but your job could fire you for saying that. Well, you can't really say too much what you want to say on social media, because Jeff, they'll still get you. Believe me, there's a lot of people who Instagrams have disappeared and their YouTube channels have disappeared saying what they want. You have to be careful with that. See, I'm never on here saying what I want. I'm on here saying what I feel because when you say what you want, you're just talking out of turn. You don't mean any of it. This is why I try not to say on here, I'll say what I want to say. I could say that. I could easily say that. But I want my viewers to understand where I'm coming from. I don't want to scare anybody away where they go, we can't go to no Doug Zone because this guy's just, he's always going to be on the outburst. This channel wasn't created for chaos, it was created for understanding. Okay, let me say that again because I probably went over some of your heads. Okay, this channel was not created for chaos, it was created for understanding. Because I want to understand and I want people to understand where I'm coming from and I want to understand where they're coming from. Because there's a lot of lost souls out here. But when you don't have nobody that you can go talk to about how you feel, that shit could be nasty. So, like yesterday, my live, when you looked at it and you looked at my past lives, it was a meaning behind all of them. It was a meaning behind every live I have done. And that one yesterday was a very special and important live. So, and now, and granted, right, you're gonna hear somebody's gonna hear you say something, and they might report you or block you. It's not always social media doing it. Sometimes it's the person. They don't like the message. It happens. That's why it's our job to protect our space and our peace. How do I protect my space and peace? I stay away from all the stuff that's not healthy for me. I don't want to be around nobody. And when I mean healthy, I don't mean just physically. Because you're not just healthy physically, you're healthy mentally because you're not trying to be around the chaos. So us speaking how we feel, I would never let it get to a point where you're going to intimidate me or threaten me with words because I spoke about how I feel, not because I wanted to say what I want to say. It's no way. See, because you can tell me, ain't no Doug Zone. They're gonna cancel you. Okay, canceling me doesn't mean you taking no Doug Zone away from me. You could never take it away from me. Nobody. Smoke Chesson, he got what he got. You can't take nothing away from him. My brother D Free, BBO, everybody that's out there pushing something. You can't take nothing away from these brothers because we own our shit. Hey B, what up, Slew, bro? We own what we do. So that's the last of our worries. So granted, right? I always try to think about of a solution for all of this chaos. So when I think of it, then I speak about how I feel about it. If you notice when it comes to voting and all, it's, we study us voting for what we know because we didn't get our homework. We come walking in with our feelings, and sometimes your feelings will cost you. And then a lot of y'all don't have a mind of your own. Y'all let somebody tell y'all who y'all should vote for. then they'll give you a bullshit reason of why. At some point, we all have to start going with how we feel, but not being emotional about it. Because there's a way that you could express yourself without being emotional, without being so tied to anger, to flipping out. And if we don't learn to control that, it'll put us all in a nasty situation where we're trying to figure out how did we get into this. You know, I'm never against my own people. I'm just against stupidity. So, shouts to D Hall and the People Show. My brother D Hall and the People Show. Y'all go subscribe to D Hall and the People Show. He will be live tomorrow, 12 p.m. Y'all go check him out. Even sometime on Thursdays he pop up. Y'all go check my brother out. I will definitely be over there, D Hall, tomorrow. Won't miss out on that. So if you take the time to listen to some of the stuff I say, it makes sense. You know why some people don't like to agree? Because people already believe in what they believe in. Some people already believe in what they believe in. And if you went all your life being told this, being shown this, you live this kind of life, and then all of a sudden now you hear this person say this, and you like, yo, I can't agree with that. Of course you can't, because you were raised to believe this, or you taught yourself this, or somebody else taught you this, or this is what you heard these people say that you've been around. I don't never look for people to agree with me. I don't want that. Very good morning, Queen. I don't want you to agree with me. One thing I don't look for is somebody to agree with me. Hell no. But don't think because you don't agree with me, it's going to make me change what I said. I said what I said, and it is what it is. Okay, I got it. No doubt. No doubt, D Hall. I'll be there. Make sure y'all go subscribe to my man D Hall and the People Show. The word of the day is feel. When you feel some way about something, go ahead and express yourself. But also trust yourself to do the right thing about how you feel. Thank you, Vay. My allergies is about to act up. It's about that time. I can feel it coming. But trust yourself to do the right thing to express yourself. Y'all don't understand that, and I'm not saying you guys on here particular, but people don't understand this, especially here on this YouTube. If you're ever going to get anybody to understand what it is that you're doing or what you're speaking about, whether if they agree or not, you got to make some understanding. You gotta feel. Yeah, seasons is definitely changing. You gotta feel what you're saying too. Feel what you're saying. Whatever you're talking about, make sure you feel it. And feel it doesn't mean be emotional. Don't be stuck up. Don't have an attitude. Feel exactly what you're saying. No matter how many people are telling you you're wrong. Feel it. Feel that shit. Don't worry about people telling you you're wrong. We let the God to decide if you're wrong or not. People are not God. They ain't got a right to judge. Yeah, they might feel like they got a right to voice their opinion, but even with you voicing your opinion, don't make you right. Just like how I feel might not make me right. You understand what I'm saying? But it's the whole thing of trying to get people to understand what it is that you feel. You gotta make people understand it. You see what's going on, y'all. There's so much chaos in some of these channels and some of these TV shows, some of these talks. We don't know what's going on. Everybody's just looking to get noticed for something that don't make no sense. So if I tell you this, like I told y'all yesterday, and I say, hey, there's some things that go on in the black community that I don't like, that's not me being against my own people. There's shit that I see that bothers me. I feel like some people are full of it. They're full of it. In front of the camera, they're pro-black, and then off camera, they really don't give a shit about the community. That's how I feel. I said it. I said it. You got people that'll sit there and lie to you every day. When you look at TV, you got these people dressed nice lying to you every day about what they could do for you and what they could do for the community, and then you turn around, they doing the total opposite of what they told y'all they was gonna do. If y'all listened to the show yesterday, I brought this up. They lie every day, look you straight in the eye and lie to you. Every day they lie to you. It is crazy because for how many years, how many centuries have we been lied to? It's a dangerous person. It's a dangerous person that could sit there and be like, oh man, if you know, hey, it's just like Vay. Check it out, Vay. It's like this, Vay. It's like somebody telling you, if you come to my channel, I'm telling you, this is what I do, Vay. This is what I can do. I can do this, Vay. I can do that. I'm telling you, come on. Subscribe to my channel, Vay. Come on, subscribe to my channel. And then you go subscribe, Vay, and then you walk in, they done told you all this bullshit, and now you walk in and you go, what's this? That people can't repeat lies. That's truth. It's insane. Yeah, it's definitely insane. Now you go subscribe to the channel. You walk in. You go, what the hell is this? No, Doug Zone told me to go subscribe to his channel. His channel was one of the best places to come. And now I walk into his channel. What's this? What is this? Like, I vouch for this channel, and I walk in and this is what's going on. He told me his channel was a great channel to come to, and I come in and we got dudes inviting each other to the Frank stand, to the private part. What they cursing, the N words being thrown around. What's going on? This is not the channel that he said this was. And what does that make me look like? All we got is a bunch of people out here telling lies. Trying to convince people that they are that dude when they not. Yeah, me neither, Vay. Now I don't even do it no more. I let people find out on their own. Because if you tell somebody not to go somewhere, then it seems like you're being a hater. So I'd rather let people find out on their own. Just don't come to me and be like, why didn't you warn me about it? Shit, it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't, right? If I warn you, then it seems like I'm hating. But if I don't tell you, then I'm in trouble for not telling you about the channel being toxic. I don't care. I let people find out on their own. Because I don't hate on nobody, because I ain't worrying about nobody else's channel. I always praise and salute everybody that's out there working. But I'm gonna be real with you, babe. I don't really give a shit. I worry about no Duck Zone. Now you will hear me shout out other channels because I want to see other people grow. But let's be real. 2026 is about to approach. I'm worrying about getting no Duck Zone where it need to be. Oh yeah, we definitely block the trolls. We block them. Some channels, they like to play. Some people feel like they need to play and entertain the trolls. We don't do that over here. Now, if a troll, I can't call them a troll. If a person comes in and I don't know them and they not wrenched up and they're being respectful, I keep them here. And then I let them know. As long as they respectful, come on back. This is what we do. I can't just block them because they don't have a wrench. But if they come in saying stupid stuff, like I had a guy the other day that says, "Man, what a good time to call somebody the N word." Like people just come in here and say stupid stuff. And see me, I don't worry about it because two things I'm gonna do. I'm gonna report you and then I'm gonna block you. See, some people they just block you. I'm going to report you and block you. Yeah, they are. They are. I know. They come in here and because they think this is the channel that they're gonna come in here with the BS and you're not gonna come in here with it because I'm not gonna allow it. Like I said, there's some channels that are entertain them. I'm not here for that. My people who come support me are the only ones that I have to worry about. Oh yeah, I do it. If you come in here saying anything racist, anything out of hand, anything about sexuality, I'm getting you out of here. I'm getting you out of here. It's that simple. I'm gonna get you out of here. So what I do is when I'm on other people's channels and I see people make a comment or something, I go right to where it says go to channel, even though they don't have a channel. I go right to where it says go to channel and I block them. They be blocked already. They don't even know. So if they ever did hear from my channel, they go, yo, oh, I can't go to his channel because I'm blocked. Yeah, I'll block you in other people's channels. I don't wait for you to just come over here. I'll get you in somebody else's channel. And I'll go down a list of blocking people. I don't block so many people, it's ridiculous. Because that's how I feel. That's the right thing to do. I don't play with these people, man. I'm too grown for it, man. It makes no sense. I feel like trolls don't they don't serve a purpose. That's what I feel. That's why I get them out the way. But yeah, you got people that'll just feel like they could tell you whatever. So there's a lot of things that I'm gonna speak about. C4, what's up? Yeah, you have to be more careful to what you're listening to, and not just be careful what you're listening to, but who you're listening to. I'm always going to be a person who's going to voice his opinion, but I'm also a person who sits and I listen to who's delivering the message. When I first started out, I'm gonna be real with you. These type of conversations wasn't even created. They wasn't being used because I wasn't thinking about none of that. So, um, as the years went on, I learned. When I started being around certain people, I learned I had to master this. And even though I'm still learning, it's a few things I'm still mastering because we all got somebody that we can learn from. There's a lot of fighters I have learned from. There's a lot of coaches I have learned from. There's a lot of people I've learned from on YouTube. And I sit there and I go, okay, I'm gonna take what this person said and take what this person said to me and take what that person said to me, and let me see how I could all take it and make it make sense. Yeah, go ahead, Bay. So I always try to make sense out of all this. But when it comes to speaking about how you feel, let's not be so emotional about it. Because a lot of us are really sensitive when it comes to this word, feel. Some of us just don't know how to use it. We'll just jump straight out the window with it, like, yo, I feel like you. And sometimes you happens because you're in the moment. Something happens where you just have no chill button and you ready to just go off the deep end. But at some point you gotta woosah and say to yourself, you know what? Yo, this is how I felt. No, hold on. Before you say something, this is how I felt. And I know all the time that's not easy because sometimes you just like, yo, that's how I felt at the moment or at the time. A lot of times when they come to us, especially our black people, we feel some kind of way. We got to make you feel some kind of way. And sometimes we got to make you feel some kind of, we got to make you feel with violence. And not all the time violence is going to fix that. Yeah, there's a couple people you got to go oops upside their head. But sometimes it's got to be a one-on-one conversation. Like, look, man, this is how I felt, or this is how I'm feeling, or this is how I feel. But even when it comes to you expressing yourself, just make sure when you're speaking about how you feel, you're getting people to understand what exactly what it is that you are talking about. Tay, good morning, my Long Island sister. That's all you got to do. And that's what I do when I'm on here. That's the word of the day, feel. Make me understand how you feel so I could get a better understanding of where you coming from. Don't get me to understand by yelling at me, screaming at me, or threatening me. Don't you're not going to get across to me by yelling and screaming at me. It's just not going to happen. Help me to understand how you feel so we can get a better understanding of each other. That's all I want. And that's why when I talk to you guys about what I talk to y'all about and I do the word of the days, it's just so y'all could get how understanding how also how I feel, and hopefully, y'all could relate to it and go, I feel like that. Some of you may not be able to relate to it. Because some of us walk around like our life is just all good and we ain't got nothing going on. Well, I don't have them kind of problems. Yeah, okay. You may not have them now. You might have had them. You had them. Somebody had. Everybody's had some type of problem that they haven't got over, or that they still might be going through. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't need to yell or scream. I've been in conversations on here where I've yelled and screamed. I used to do that a lot on my Instagram, and I said, man, I'm not gonna be entertaining you idiots. We got the whole world watching. I'm not gonna put a performance on. If I want to be a part of a circus, I actually go try out for it. So I'm not going to put on a circus and act like a bunch of clowns for your entertainment. But we gotta let people know how we feel. Express yourself. Even if somebody don't understand where you're going with it. I don't even understand why you said that. I don't even understand why you did that. Well, that's how I'm feeling like that. I didn't do it on purpose. I'm just letting you know how I feel. Look at it this way, y'all. Look at it this way. Check this out. Look at it this way. How many people in this world who are not here no more who tried to express how they felt, how they were feeling to people, but they felt like nobody was gonna understand where they was coming from, and now them people are no longer here to tell their story. Just saying. I feel like nobody was gonna listen to me. I felt like nobody liked me. I felt like nobody loved me. So maybe I felt like the world would be a better place without me. Or for how they were feeling. I wanted to express myself, but who was going to listen? Because somebody didn't listen to them. I mean, what would I feel like if I sat here and said, I'm not going live because who's listening to me? I got 4 people watching me and 5 likes. Ain't nobody really hearing me. They are. So what if it's 4 of y'all? Somebody's listening to me. There's times I sit up here and nobody's listening to me. You know how many times I've seen people go, well, he ain't talking about what I want to hear. He's talking that positive shit again. Let me get out of here. If he ain't talking no boxing, I'm out of here, which is cool. Because I tell you all the time, if this is not for you, goodbye. I've never begged for viewers. I never begged for company. I don't do it. But I'm telling you, I'm going to talk to somebody out there that feel like today is their last day. I don't sit here and say, "Yo, man, I only got 5 people watching me, man. Nobody's listening to me. I'm out." No, no. Like you said, Vay, somebody's gonna hear me, but I don't want them to hear me, Vay. I want them to feel me. I want them to feel me because, like I always say, nobody worries about the happening until it actually happens to them. Nobody worries about nothing happening until it happens. Oh God, why me? How could this happen to me? Well, who the fuck you think you are? Nobody's special. Anything can happen to anybody at any given moment. Even some of the toughest guys in the world have been tested and been touched. Hey, and Vo had a song one time. Free your mind and the rest will follow. Free your mind and the rest will follow. Yeah, yeah, Vay, yeah, yeah. Well, you know what I mean by that, seafood. That nobody's untouchable. Nobody's shit happens. Yeah, so you know what I mean. That's how it is, though, Vay. I don't really worry about none of that. Um, there's these messages that need to be these messages that need to be heard. Hold on. Oh shit, I can't do it. Oh damn it! I wanted to get you up here, seafood. Damn it, I can't do it. I hate that they have it like that where you can't. The way they do it over here is weird, man. It's really weird the way they do it over here, where you can't actually get somebody up here. It's all right. Damn it. And I didn't even invite nobody here. That's what's so crazy. But if I had out invited somebody and they didn't come up, then I could bring you up. That's kind of crazy, but it is what it is. Yeah, I know it's got to be a way, but I don't see how there is a way, and they're not letting me. I wanted to get my man seafood up here. I'll probably come back and start another live. Well, I will be back later. But expressing yourself and speaking on how you feel is the best policy. And no, I can't do it now. I'm on YouTube. I can't just end it. It's different from Instagram. Instagram, I would just end it and come back because it wouldn't be nothing. But this is the YouTube channel. I can't just end it and come back. Yeah, yeah. I can't just end it and come back. Um, because I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back later on today. But I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think I'm talking no boxing. Boxing's like right now. So usually I come back and do it, but I don't think I'm doing it. Um, I don't think I'm doing it. So if I come back up here, it'll probably just to come back up here and rap. I'm not gonna do it because But shouts to all my amateurs too. Last night, all my amateurs who fought last night at Trinity Boxing Club, and all the ones that are being Poughkeepsie today. Poughkeepsie's a trip I don't feel like taking. I would have, but no. So shout outs to all of them that's getting it in. Y'all can see me next week. I'll be at John's Gym. John's Gym BX. Y'all will see me there. The 18th, the following week. I'll be at Sweatbox in Brooklyn. The same day as the Danny Garcia and Danny Gonzalez fight. Uh, you know what, Vay? You know, they say honesty is the best policy, but honesty doesn't always get you out of shit. And this is why I say we live in a damn if you do, damn if you don't world. It's like apologizing to people. Apologies don't fix everything, right? And there's certain things in this world and I've said this in the past too, and I said it recently that apologies doesn't fix everything because there's certain things you should have never had to apologize for because you should have never did it. You know, it's this world is crazy because it makes you be careful. It makes you be very, very careful with words that you thought would help situations, and they don't. Like that word sorry is so overrated that you thinking if I just say sorry, it'll fix everything. And there's some situations where people will probably forgive you, but then it's like, nah, you shouldn't even apologize. Because first of all, you should have never said that to me. You should have never did that. So now there's no coming back. Like, all right, you know how they say, I'll forgive you, but I won't forget? I'm the opposite way. If I can't forget it, then I can't forgive you. Because the thing is, if I say I'll forgive you, but I won't forget, then that means I gotta watch you. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all. I don't want to have to watch you. Because even though I forgave you, but it's like I gotta watch you. I don't have time to be watching you to see if you're gonna fuck up again. And you might not do it right then and there, but somewhere down the line, you just might. My thing is, I like to forget shit and move on. I don't want to act like nothing ain't never happened, but it's just for me. I know that sounds crazy. For me, it's hard. The other day because he disrespected you. I didn't even know you was on the panel, Vay. Oh shit! You gotta let me know when you go live, man. I didn't even know that. You coming over here a lot, and I didn't go over there to where you at. I'm feeling some kind of way. I gotta see what's up with the notifications. But that's how I am. Now that may not make sense to y'all, and that's okay if it don't make sense to y'all. But it's hard for me to say I'll forgive you, but I don't forget. Like, man, I'm the type that I can remember some shit that happened 20 years ago and might have not forgave a person for it. I don't know, man. It's just I don't know. It's just me. Nah, I think you were still. Oh, I was still live yesterday. Was it last night or was it when I had the 5 hour live with 12? Because had you would have told me that, I would have came through. Hell, I would have blocked that person my doggone self. Oh, oh, well, you know what? You don't have to private none. I know you didn't like it, but these are some of the things that's gonna come with it, Vay. I'm not gonna lie to you. Thursday, okay. These are just some of the things that come with it, Vay. To be on this YouTube, you got to deal with the good, the bad, the ugly. It's like some of the things that come with in life. It's just something that happens, but because it happens, that doesn't mean you have to accept it. Like I told you over here, I hit the block button and I'll report you. It was a person. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. DP Raka. DP Raka. My brother. Yeah, it It get like that. It get like that. Fortunately for me, Vay, I've been around not as long as everybody else in YouTube, but I've been around to understand that um you're gonna deal with all type of different personalities. You're gonna deal with all type of different backgrounds. You're gonna have all type of disrespect coming to knock at your front door. Now, whether if you answer it or not is up to you. But this is just some of the things that come with it. And I always say, and I will continue to say, to protect your space and your peace. You let somebody violate your space and your peace, you're gonna have to take the blame for that. Because one thing you're not gonna do over here, no Doug Zone, or even when you see me in person, is think that you're gonna violate my space and my peace, me or my wife. That's a no-no. That's not gonna even, I promise you, that's not gonna even go well for you. And it's not about being a tough guy. Because like I always tell y'all, people, I always say that protect your, yeah, because when people see you in real life, whatever type of behavior you have on social media, they want to test that. Let me see if she really on that type of timing in real life. Let me see what let me see what he's about. Cause you always got these silly ass, goofy ass, curious ass people who just can't come up and compliment you on your work and what you do, or take a picture with you, or just be like, I don't like him. I don't like her. And I'm cool with that. Because your best bet is if you don't like me to keep your ass away from me. That would be the smartest thing for you to do. It would be the smartest, the wisest thing to do. Um, and like I said, you telling somebody, expressing to them on how you feel and being straight up versus how you feel because you're speaking with emotion. You're emotional. So, YouTube has made weak dudes found through this internet is the devil. Yeah, it is, DP Rocker. Um, DP, you've been around for a while, and we have been in the same rooms where chaos has erupted between people that we thought was cool, people that was pretending to be cool, and people who were just never cool, that were looking for a reason to lash out. We done walked into some rooms where we go, what the just happened? We've seen it. And it won't be off no, you tried to violate my wife or my kids. A lot of times it'll be off of boxing, but then it leads to disrespecting the families, the the deceased relatives. And I go, okay, so now that you did that, where do we go from here? Because I feel like you tried to play me in front of everybody that's watching. What did we get out of doing that? You just said in front of the whole world and said F your dead mother and invited somebody to the private part. So that's what you feel? Because there's two different feelings. The word feel could be broken down in so many different ways. Because Vay, if I feel like I have a problem with you, then somewhere behind scenes we need to talk. Anybody on here versus like I felt like violating you in front of the world. You want to play me and I'm gonna play you. You see how that goes? When I could have talked to you like we could talk like grown adults behind the scene. Everybody ain't built for this social media shit. Like DP Rocker said, there's more real women on these YouTube streets than there is men. A lot of these dudes are super duper goofy. And at this point, I don't want to hear if they was raised by their moms or their grandmother or who raised them. Because when you are at a certain age, there's no excuse for your behavior. And I'm tired of hearing of who they were raised by. I don't care. You could have been raised by wolves. When you get to a certain age, the behavior is not acceptable. If you call yourself a grown ass man, because what you are is really a little boy in a grown man's body. Your age don't make you grown. So that's the problem that we have out here with these dudes. That's why over here, it's a no-no. We ain't doing that over here. I promise you we ain't doing that over here. Because it makes it boring. It makes it boring for people to go, hey, I know people that tell me I don't watch YouTube, period. I don't even go to these YouTube channels because these cats ain't talking about nothing. They ain't talking about nothing. They might start out talking about something and then it leads to something that it didn't even have to go through. If we talking basketball, let's keep it on basketball. Baseball, football, rap, movies, whatever we do. We talking about our communities, let's go ahead and do that. Once we step out of that and we step into something that had nothing to do with what we were talking about in the beginning, now I feel like you're trying to take it somewhere where it don't need to go. Because either you're losing an argument, because I ain't gonna say a debate, because I don't do debates. Because let me tell you, when you're saying let's debate, you're really saying let's argue. Because that's what it's gonna lead to. That's why I stay out of that shit. And I got better things to debate about anyway, if I was in that category. But this is what we go through. So when I had that 5-hour live yesterday, if you listened to it, I had to really speak about how I felt. Now somebody would say, yo, this dude just violated. How could you feel like that, black man? Because I'm black, I gotta agree with everybody that looks like me when they say something. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. I will never. I would never. Because I am kind of disgusted when I see what some of the things my people are out here doing. It disgusts me. And it doesn't help the community. And it doesn't make us look any better. What we do out here is not making us look any better. They already label us what they label us. And some of our people don't make it look better when they go out their way to make all of us look foolish. So a lot of times I feel I don't want to be around my own people sometimes. Call it what you want. I never said I was ashamed of being what I am, because I never will be that. But I am ashamed to hang around people sometimes who looks like me, because some of the behavior is disgusting. Make us all look like we don't have no home training. That's what I feel. That's what I feel, and that's what I see. I see it with my own eyes. Not just TV, but actually when I'm out there in the real world. Disgusting behavior. So, of course, you guys are not going to always agree with me. You guys are not going to always like what I say. But nobody's looking for you to agree with me. I don't want that. I need everybody to understand that. Because one thing that's I see a lot on here is I don't agree with you. 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 This is not called the Do You Agree With Me podcast. I need y'all to understand that. It's called No Duck Zone. Don't get the name twisted. Don't get it twisted. When you come over here, know what you're walking into. Know what you're about to face when you come over here. I don't give a damn how intelligent you may be or how intelligent you think you are. Just know what you're walking into when you come over here. Because, of course, we're going to agree or disagree. That's what makes a great show. If I was the type of asshole guy that said, yo, man, if y'all don't agree with me, I'm ending this show and I'm throwing all y'all asses out of here. I can't do that. What kind of a man would I be? Huh? What kind of a man would I be if I did that? You need the agrees and the disagrees. That's what makes a great show. But keeping it respectful is makes it even better. But you got to know what you're going into when you're coming over here. Because, like I said, a lot of these channels you see is just everybody's just opening their mouth and just speaking and don't know what they're talking about. Oh, you don't agree with me, man. So, please leave. Please leave. Next person that said they don't agree with me, please leave. No. No. That doesn't even make sense. None of it. That's why you guys are always welcome here. This is why I say once you become a part of the No Doug Zone family, your family, until the day you decide you don't want to be family anymore, then go where you going. Because I'm not here. One thing about it, I'm not here for nobody's comfortability. You're going to get it raw, rugged, and uncut. Because nobody else is bringing it to you. All we got is a bunch of clout chasers, dudes that's just looking for stories to fall out the sky so they can have some type of content because deep down inside they can't create their own damn content. Sorry. I was looking at something this morning. I forgot what I was looking at. And I seen something where they showed Mace, Mace the rapper from Harlem. They showed an old school picture of him. Now, as much as they've been for years, they've been showing this picture of him. Nobody ever said nothing. They showed the picture, and then they asked, "Is Mace a Crip?" And I go, "What the fuck are y'all talking about?" The crazy things about this, I don't agree. They don't want you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what, Vay? Yeah, it be like that. It be like that. So I'm looking at this and I go, what are y'all asking if Mace is a Crip for? I said, y'all just bring up any fucking thing to talk about. Because deep down inside, y'all ain't got nothing to talk about. And you fools buy into this garbage. Y'all buy into it. It's crazy. Yeah, but Vay, it is what it is. I don't, let me tell you, Vay, a lot of these important places and these so-called people that's in power, it's a damn shame that you say something or do something that is not agreed with. It's a problem. And you have to, yeah, I look at some things sideways too, Vay, and that's why I'm over here doing what I do. That's why I'm glad to be in charge of what I'm doing because I'm not saying I can go around doing whatever I want and breaking rules, but I know over here I do what I do. I don't do what I want, but I do what I feel. So what helps me to understand the world a little better is when I look around and I see the nonsense that's going on YouTube in our communities. When I look at the news and I see all these so-called important people who's trying to get you to believe in what they're saying when deep down inside they're full of shit. Everybody wants to be noticed for something. Everybody wants to be in charge. Everybody wants to tell everybody what to do. Everybody wants to tell people what they can't do, what you can't say, what you can say. People try to talk to you as if you are stupid. Some people try to buy you out. Some people try to sell you out. Some people try to wish you away. Some people will curse you. Some people will pray for your downfall. Some people will wish you gone off this earth, believe it or not. Some people might even say that, I don't care if a person makes it home or not. I don't like her or him anyway. We have that many evil people on this world that'll do that. This is why I always say, everybody in the morning, get to where you're going safe. Don't rush, because if you're late getting to where you're going to, it's your fault. Don't hurt somebody in the process of you trying to get to where you're going because you're late. It's car accidents out here every day. It's all type of accidents happening every day in this world because somebody's rushing to where they're going. If you are late somewhere, that's your fault. Maybe you should have been up in time. Maybe you shouldn't have went out and partied last night, and maybe you would have got up in time for work. But these are some of the things that people don't think about. So, but everything that you just heard me go down is things that can make people feel some kind of way where they feel like they just don't want to be here anymore. Yeah, you get there when you get there. I'm not gonna have no boss or whoever I'm working for. I could care less, because I'm rushing for him or her. Just not happening. I'm the type, I get there when I get there. And I live in New York City where the trains move how they move, the buses move how they move. Uber and Lyft costs us too much sometimes. So guess what? I get there when I get there. I don't break my neck for nobody. I don't serve anybody but the Lord. Because at the end of the day, that's who I got to really answer to. It is what it is. But all the stuff you just heard me go down the list of, that's the world that we live in. That's actually reality. Because everything that I just named is what people actually think they can do and say to you. So never ask the question, Vay, or anybody else listening, why me? Why not you? See, when people say evil stuff like that, right? Do you realize, steady me falling back and questioning why why is it happening to me? It doesn't do anything but make me work 10 times harder. That's all it does. It just makes me work 10 times harder. Okay, that's what you think about me? Cool. Heard you. Now I'm really gonna make sure you see me every day. I'm gonna piss you off to the high level of pissivity. Um, because they're not thinking about it. They're hurting. Remember, I talked about feel. That's how they feel. See, there's different ways to express how you feel. Sometimes we express how we feel so the other person can understand what we're feeling, or we can understand what they're feeling. And then you got people who just they feel with their emotions. Something's not going right in their life. Or, people You got some people who want to see you doing good but not doing better than them, and then you got some that don't want to see you doing nothing. You got some people who don't want to see you doing nothing. See, I could deal with a person, right, that wants me to do good, that don't want me doing better than them. I can really deal with it. Cool. I see it's a little competition, you know. You feeling some kind of way, but a person who just don't want to see you doing nothing, they don't want to see you making $1. They don't want to see you successful. You got people like that that exist. Y'all can't tell me that there's no people on earth like that that exist, because you're not you. I don't know what world you living in. If you think people like that don't exist, you think everybody's buddy that's walking around here. You got evil people like that in the world, not in just in our communities, in the world. Yo, I mean, it happens, Vay. It happens. Now, you didn't get attacked physically, did you? Or was it just on some internet? Because if you got attacked for a guy that you didn't even know, you never met, then that's crazy. What, rather if it's the internet or in person, that was crazy. That was crazy if that actually happened. I don't have no time for none of that. That's why I'm glad to be married. Glad to be married because I have no time for people's shenanigans. I have no time for it. Yeah, YouTube. Yeah, well, best thing you could do is block. That's the best thing you could do, Vay. Just keep this on your mind, Vay. I know it's a lot of work, and you might think I ain't got time to block everybody. Believe me, make time. Report them if you got to. Get them up out of here. Anybody who comes in not talking how they should be talking, get them up out of here. Get them up out of here. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. That makes your life much better if you just get them up out of here. Because what it is that when they come to your show and you're trying to talk, and whatever you're talking about, they're going to come and cause a distraction. You might not even be talking about them. You might just be having a regular conversation about something, and people look for the moment. People look for the moment to come and cause a distraction. And you don't need that. Yeah, you don't need that. Even if a person's, check this, even when somebody has a wrench, if they decide to talk crazy, because some people talk you into giving them a wrench, and you'll give them a wrench, and then here it is, they start the trolling and the disrespecting. You're like, wait a minute, hold on. If I gave you a wrench, it's because you earned it. Don't think because you got a wrench, it can't be taken away from you. I tell people that all the time. Having a wrench don't save you. I'll take the wrench from you and throw you right up out of here and block you, and then you can feel how you want to feel. Feel how you want to feel, because that's the word of the day, right? Feel. Josh Sanders, my brother, what up? Gotta protect your space and your peace. No, it would never be a tolerated over here, and I don't think disrespect should be tolerated anywhere on anybody's channel. Some people birthed it though. Some people birth disrespect. Disrespect wasn't just something that fell out the sky. It was birthed. Disrespect was birthed, and people got so used to disrespect that it's like walking around with your ID. Okay. Yeah, disrespect was birth. People been doing it. But don't mean because disrespect was birthed that that's the type of time that we gotta be on. Cause I know for me, I ain't tolerating it. It's not happening over here. We're gonna respect each other, and we can all agree to disagree. Josh should say something. I could say something about it, something right now, and Josh, it could be boxing, whatever. I strongly disagree, and I go, "Oh, okay, Josh. Oh man, what did I say?" And he'll explain himself, and then I could easily go, Yeah, Josh, but all right, you know what? I never thought of it like that. That's simple. Vay, you can say something. I strongly disagree. Okay. I didn't look at it like that. Vay, explain yourself. Because I'm trying to get an understanding. Remember, hey man, you don't agree with me, get the hell out of here. Now, if you keep trying to make me believe in what you believe in, then we're gonna have a problem because once you make your point, we don't have to keep going back and forth. You made your point. Now, if you keep trying to go back and forth for me as you if you trying to start some shit, I'm just gonna get you up out of here. Yeah, when they see things from their point of view. And that's what you see on these channels. That's why so much dysfunctional shit going on. So many people who supposed to be friends are cutting each other's throats. Right there. That's okay, babe. We ain't going away. We here. Yeah, so many people you see that's supposed to be friends, um, tarnishing each other. That's why we keep it different over here, baby. That's why I love what I do. I don't give a damn if it's 3 people watching and 5 likes. I like what I do. Excuse me, correction. I love what I do. I love what I do. You know what I love about what I do? I could create my own content. I don't wait for a story to drop. I don't go looking on social media trying to find something to talk about. Huh? I don't wait till something happens to a rapper or a movie star so I can go, oh, there we go. I got some content right there. That's what I was waiting for. No, Josh, absolutely not. I don't sit there and wait for anything to come where I can go talk about it. I talk to y'all. I talk to y'all. Because we living in this world where we act like everything is peaches and cream, and I don't have time to worry about what go on in the real world. I have no time to worry about that. But instead, we all worried about what celebrities got going on, what this person got going on, what our next door neighbors got going on, what the person across the street got going on, talking about somebody at our jobs. I ain't got no time for none of that. And like I said yesterday in the video, as I was talking to my sister, 12, that Lawrence Fishburne said it in School Days, wake up. A lot of y'all better wake up. Wake up. Because it's only going to get worse than what you see today. As we approach the end of the year, we got 2 more months before we say goodbye to 2025. 2 more months before we say goodbye to 2025. And the sad thing is, the same way y'all end y'all year is the same way y'all asses are going to begin it. It's sad. It is sad to see that if y'all thought YouTube was crazy in 2025, it's going to be worse in 2026. It's going to be worse. So everybody who thinks they still cool now, oh, give it some time. If it don't happen now in the new year, you are not going to be cool with somebody that you thought you was cool with. It is getting worse. And the sad thing about it is y'all don't even have a valid reason of why it's happening. That's why I don't be giving a shit about what y'all be caring about. I don't be caring about that shit, bruh. I'm not gonna sit here and call DP Rocker, Josh Sanders, or any of my brothers, and then we get into a conversation about boxing or about life, and then all of a sudden now we ain't cool. We just let the whole world know that we ain't cool no more. So now we just gave every viewer and everybody something to fucking talk about. Walking in these streets, people. Yeah, I talk about stuff like that, Josh. I'll be like, the world won't get any better if we just let it be. I know y'all know where that's from. Exactly. You know what this whole shit that you see going with that Vay, how you just broke that down? This shit is goofy because everybody gets you to try to dislike somebody that they dislike. I got a dude 2 years ago. I thought that was my friend, and like I said, there's some people who still rock with them. Hey, cool. I can't get nobody to flip sides. Cool. I don't tell them, hey, it is what it is. I have no time to worry about that shit. But the people who stay true to me, that's all I'm worried about. Everybody's picking on this person, picking on that person, and hey, don't go subscribe to them. Don't do this, don't do that. Don't, man, ain't nobody ain't if that's why you came to YouTube, you need to go back to your day job. Go back to your fucking day job. It don't bother me, baby. It don't none of this shit bother me because I ain't gotta be a part of none of it. And in real life, I'm not gonna play with you any goddamn way. I promise you I'm not gonna play with you. I ain't got time. I don't even own a PlayStation or Xbox, so I don't play. I ain't got time to play with you. I ain't got time to play with you. It got them out of pocket, but the problem is, Josh, none of these dudes in real life ever had any real situations. Because any dudes that had real situations, yeah, I'm going to work on getting one. I didn't say that to be fun. I said that to be funny. I didn't mean like, yo, I'll never play it. I'm working on getting me one, Vay. I'm hoping this Christmas I can get blessed with one. Because if I just so happen to get one for Christmas, sheesh. Um, but people like that ain't never really had no. People like that ain't never really had no real beef or no real issue. Because you conduct yourself a certain way. Yeah, I'm gonna work on getting one, Josh. I just don't know when the hell it's gonna happen. Hopefully, it be soon. I'm gonna get me one. I gotta get me one. If I get one on Christmas, I'm going live and I'm showing off, y'all. I ain't gonna even hold you. I'm going live and I'm showing off. Yeah, I'm showing off. But yeah, these dudes are just they are what they are. And they're gonna continue to be what they're gonna be. And as we approach the new year, it is going to get worse. I guarantee you by this time in 2026, oh Jesus, we out here gang banging on YouTube. Told y'all, man. It is what it is. The word of the day is feel. Hey, if you feel some kind of way towards somebody without the disrespect, you can let them know. Do a phone call, not do social media. Unless you video chatting them when the world doesn't know what's going on and that conversation is only between the people who's in that video chat, cool. You feel some kind of way, holla at them. Holla at them. Don't holla at them in front of the world. I mean, you could do that. But just know that when y'all let that out like that, it's no longer private. Now the world knows. So you can't tell people to stay out your business when y'all just made it public. Make your business private and you won't have that problem. How do you tell somebody stay out my business? You just made it the whole world's business, fool. Y'all dudes are not men, man. Keep don't allow that. Keep you out of pocket. Keep doing your thing, homie. Exactly. Exactly, DP. You know, like I said, DP, me, you, and Josh, we've been in some rooms where we go, what just happened? We done seen a lot of stuff in these last 4 or 5 years. We like, yo, whoa, 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 whoa. What was that about? That's how y'all feel? Well, if you felt that way, why didn't you talk about that behind scenes? Why did we just let 3,000 people know what we just went through? So now we got people picking sides. You know, I always talk about this. I spoke about this before because it's something real. Vay, you stupid. For what? Some of y'all want to be tougher than what y'all are, but you not. As if you gonna get some type of gold badge for being tough on here. I wouldn't sit at the same dinner table with some of y'all. She said, no duh. Yeah, yeah, you crazy, babe. I love your energy, babe. For real. I wouldn't sit at the same dinner table with some of y'all. I probably would be in a freaking Family Dollar and seeing some of y'all that probably would turn my back on y'all and be like, because y'all go out y'all way to make all of us look like as if we don't have no home training. We supposed to be showing them on here what black excellent is, and you showing them what black ignorant is. No doubt, Vay. No doubt. I got a lot of great stuff about to come up, Vay. So believe me, you gonna want to stick around. Um, Thanksgiving and Christmas is coming. I got something popping. I do it every year, so I always holler at people on those around those times. So get ready. It's gonna be some amazing things about to pop off. But y'all not showing them what black excellent is. You're showing them what black ignorant is. That's what you're doing. Yo, Josh, you stupid. Like, stop using black excellence if y'all don't know what that means. I'm tired of y'all using that word and don't really know what the hell it means. You're saying it because it sound good. You know what, Vay? I always had been a peaceful person. And like I said in the beginning, I used to have some people who didn't serve a purpose here that I had to remove them. And I'm glad I did because he said cocaine's a hell of a drug. TP stupid. I had some people I had to remove. And I'm glad I removed some of the people that I don't deal with anymore because they didn't serve a purpose in my life anyway. They was only here to cause a distraction and be a disturbance. That's why protecting your peace and your space is very important. I'm always going to be this person, rather if I'm on social media or not. Talk to some of the people who have met me. I'm getting ready to meet BVO. I'm getting ready to meet BVO on the 18th of October this month. I'm getting ready to meet him. I expect his energy to be the same as what I see on YouTube. Because then I'm the type of person that go, wait a minute now, on YouTube, you act like this. In person, what's going on? Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, DP. So trust me, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm telling you, DP, I know exactly what you're talking about, brother. I promise to God I do. It's one hell of a drug. It is. I was talking to one of our brothers yesterday. One of our brothers yesterday, DP, and me and him were talking about how, we started something that was great for the family, but then the family got dismantled. No, no, Vay, we just making jokes. We not making jokes, but we don't throw out no names and saying who. We don't do that. It is a hell of a drug. It is. Um, we were talking yesterday about how we started this family, and the family that we started about 3 years ago, it was going good. Then it got dismantled. Why did it get dismantled? Because one person was the cause of it being dismantled. Now we sat here and we point the fingers at this person and that person, this person and that person, this person, that person, but then come to find out, it was only one person that was the reason why the family got dismantled. Because misery loves company. It loves it. So when it is, and 3 years ago when we tried to start some shit that we thought that we were gonna build and be great, and our families will get to know each other, and we get to know each other more, and we all get to go places and kick it, and then the plan that we had blew up in our face because of one person wanted to be a center of attention. They felt like they needed to be center of attention. Yes, I am, Josh. Yes, I am, brother. You know me. I ain't gonna sugarcoat shit. Yes, I am. Because of one person in the family wanted to be a center of attention, caused the whole empire to crumble. Because I feel like I have to be, yeah, no, it's all good, Josh. We family, baby. It's all good. Because I feel like I need to be center of attention, and everybody needs to know who I am. It caused that behavior caused the whole empire to go down. And I never understood that, because something could have went on to be great. Yeah, Josh. I did too. Me and Five just rapped about that yesterday. And it was great. Because one person feel like, hey, I gotta be the person that be messy. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And what did it do? A whole empire just that quick. Gone. One by one. One by one. Rather if you left on your own or rather you were booted out. It got dismantled. That's when I learned, you know what? Sometimes you have to just stay in your own lane from the beginning, from getting caught up in your feelings, because when you get around people and you're around them more than you are around your immediate family, even if you're not around them physically and you're on line with them and you talking to them every day, you become family. You know what, DP? I'm not even surprised. But the thing about it though, some people got the it factor and some don't. Yeah. Some people have it and some people don't. Some people want to be more than what they are in life, steady just playing their position. But yeah, DP, let me go back to what DP said. You know what? I'm not surprised, DP. But the thing was this for me is that I could have easily then disappeared 2 years ago, and then the thing would have been said was, why did he disappear? Oh, that must have been true. We don't see him anymore. But see, my thing was, it was deeper than that. I didn't like what was going on YouTube then. I didn't really like what was going on boxing then, and I didn't like what was going on in the family. There was too many people that's, if we all supposed to be family, people were picking and choosing who they want to be cool with in the family, but we all represent the same brand. I didn't understand that shit. And I sat back and I watched how in the chats people spoke to who they wanted to speak to. And I'm like, okay, I don't get this. If we're a family, everybody should be acknowledging everybody. And if there's ever a problem, let's address that. Let's not do it like that. But like I said, one person caused the whole empire to crumble. Now, that person might not think that they're responsible for it, but they did. Everybody want to be, everybody wants to be that person when you are not the reason why the family was the way it was. It took an empire. It took an empire to build that. Huh? You heard what G Money told Nino Brown on top of that roof, man? You didn't build this shit yourself. We started this shit together. Okay, the Carter got closed down. Why did the Carter get closed down? No, you can't, Vay. You can't, Vay. You can't. We could have been. We could have been. We could have been, Josh. We could have been. We could have been. We could have fucking been. And I'm not saying we would have been competing with the other brothers on the other side, because that's not what it was about. But we could have been. But because of people lies and people looking for ways out, steady just leaving out, and then one person just want to be messy and tell you where you can be and where you can't be, or who you, every time you in the picture with somebody that they don't like, they got something to say about it. And that person was doing that, wasn't even bringing no real content anyway, so they really should have been keeping their mouth shut, because they had no real content anyway. Because every time they went live, their content was always the same. But guess what, Josh? It didn't stop anything. Josh Sanders is still my brother, and I love him. DP Rock is still my brother. I love him. Crush, D Free, everybody who's still in that, I love them. For the people I don't talk to no more for whatever reason, whatever, God bless them. I wish nothing bad for them. I'm not gonna wish nothing bad for anybody. Even for the, hey, check this out, DP. Even for that sucker who did that to me, DP, may God be with him. Because me being on his level is not going to make me better than him. May God bless him. May God be with everybody. Because 2 wrongs don't make it right. I could sit up here and be like all these other ignorant dudes and do diss videos all day. I'm going on 43 years old. I ain't no goddamn rapper. I ain't got time to be up here dissing you. I'll dismiss you. God bless you. May God be with you and take care of your family. I still sit there and say, go subscribe to this person's channel. Go subscribe to everybody out there working. Yeah. Popularity. I always tell you that, Josh. What I always say, popularity versus the truth. Nobody cares about the truth. They only care about what's popular. I could have been destroyed 2 years ago. I could have been destroyed 2 years ago, but I didn't let that happen. I didn't let it happen. Because had I would have walked away, y'all still would have been talking about it today. Damn, man, that must have been true. Or why did he disappear 2 years ago and we haven't seen him? Because sometimes people think that they could wish you away. Remember, I just told you, some people want to wish you away. And if you give them that satisfaction and they are actually successful, they won. They won. Homie wasn't going to do that to me. I'm not letting nobody breathing on YouTube do that to me. I don't care if your channel's small or if it's major, man. You ain't doing that with me. I'm not the one, man. Y'all better go find something safe to play with. Don't come playing with me. I'm a grown-ass man. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? May God be with him, DP. May God be with him. And there was times where I had the anger of, yo, when I catch you, I'm going to beat your ass. But it's like, for what? For what? We'll never shake hands. We'll never be in the same space and nothing happens. But it is what it is. May God bless everybody, man. We're getting ready to end the year, and everybody who's made it, God bless y'all. I'm happy that y'all made it. There's no hate in my heart, yo. There's no malice. There's no none of that, man. Promise you. Because I'm tired of the black on black crime, and I'm tired of the stupidity that I see here in these YouTube streets that y'all keep promoting. Can't have a rational conversation about nothing, not boxing. It go from boxing to you inviting somebody to the Frank stand. Some of y'all need to grow up. Some of y'all kids got kids and y'all out here acting wild childish. Grow up. This is why some of y'all will never be invited over here. Because if you walk over here thinking this is just another YouTube channel that I can attack, I guarantee you it ain't going to go the way you think it's going to go, homie. Yeah, you got to do it your way. You got to do it your way, Vay. And you got to understand, no matter how peaceful you try to be, Vay, the wolves are always going to come after you. No matter how peaceful you think you're being, they don't care about that. They don't care about that, Vay. I don't care how proper you try to sound. It doesn't matter. They'll keep doing it until one day you'll be on your live and you'll just snap. And when you snap, you're not going to want to share the video because you don't want people to see you like that. But you ain't actually got to snap. Just block their ass. He was jealous of me. Yeah, you know, hey, DP, like I said, man, may God be with him, bro. May God be with his family. I don't, you know, I don't even trip, dog. Because you see already in real life, these dudes are not who they say they are. I ain't never seen dude outside. I ain't never seen dude in my city. I hardly see him in his city. And I've been to his city for fights, press conferences, weigh-ins, and all that. Some dudes just talk because they safe behind the computer. They safe. They safe. They are safe. Yeah. That's DP. If you know DP, that's DP, man. DP gonna be DP. But yeah, Vay, you can't. There's certain things, Vay. I don't know how long you've been doing YouTube, Vay, but there's just some things you're gonna have to understand that you don't have to deal with it, but you're gonna have to understand the things that come with it. But even with the things that come with it, don't mean you have to deal with it. Yeah, the wolves are hungry. It is what it is. But I ain't feeding them nothing. I'm gonna let them starve. I don't feed them nothing. I let them starve. Straight up. These so-called people who want to come in and think that they're gonna change how you do your content, they're gonna change how you do your show. If they don't serve a purpose and they're not trying to collaborate or do anything with you, get them up out of here. You don't serve a purpose on my show, and I'm not gonna let you come in and change my content. I'm not gonna let you come in and change what it is that I'm talking about. I'm not gonna let you come in and change what I'm talking about. If I'm talking about baseball or basketball, you're not about to come in and ask me about this fight for November or whatever. We ain't talking about that. You're not going to change what it is that I'm talking about. And if you sit there and say, well, I want to know, well, I don't care what you want to know. You can come back another time and we could talk about it, but you're not going to change. Because you know, you got these little soft ass dudes that come in and go, well, fuck you, homie. I talk about what I want to talk about. Okay, boop. Now you can't talk to nothing. Talk to the block button, sucker. You got to be like that, Vay. No matter how good you try to be, they're going to paint a different picture about you. It is what it is. I had to learn. You got to deal with the good, the bad, the ugly on here. Like I said, me, Josh, DP, we done been through it all. We done been in some rooms. We was in a family where, shit, people would sit there and sneak this and they were still in the family. We like, whoa. Who is he referring to? Yeah, it's all good, Vay. It is all good, Vay. You just remember, Vay, what purpose you serve. Remember what purpose you serve. You're not here to please people. You're not here to piss them off, but you're not here to please people. You're not. Let me see. Yeah, that's all. Don't raise your voice. Yeah, they was taking shots and we didn't even know who they was talking about. BBO, what's up, my brother? BBO, I'll see you in about 2 weeks, right? 18th, my brother BBO will be up here in New York. I'm not taking no pictures with you neither, BBO. I'm a little guy, so it's like, yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out. Shout out to my man BBO, man. Y'all go subscribe to my man BBO, man. I'll be glad when he get up here the 18th. I'm gonna be with the big homie, Ohio's finest up here. I'm hoping to see him in January if they get something going. He know what I'm talking about. But that's how it is. BBO went through it. He had to deal with the criticism. He was in the family. He had to deal with the criticism. Some of that criticism even came from me because I didn't understand where he was going. But it happens. Yo, hell nah, Josh, you an ass. Hey, boy, Josh, you a fool, man. God damn, Josh, boy. We all came a long way. We all came a long way from being criticized to people talking about us, to people that we thought was cool with us, that they smiled in our face and the whole time they wanted to take our place. Those backstabbers. For 400 years. BBO, if you've been here for 400 years, then we got a problem. That means your ass should have been in the movie Sinners. Maybe you should have been at the door talking to Michael B. Jordan and them talking about, let me in. Yeah, like Marky Dan, right? Yeah, that's who you talking about, Marky Dan. That's who he sound like. Yo, man, vague, man, BBO's crazy. You should have been in Sinners, man. For real, man. Yo, when he told A1 that, I damn near peed on myself. Yo, when he told A1 that, I lost my mind. I said, yo, I am done with this dude. That was probably the funniest joke of the year. Oh, when he told him that was the funny. I heard a lot of funny jokes that year. But when he told him that year, I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I said, I can't do this no more. Not with this guy. Yeah, that joke, BVO. When you told A1 that, I was like, yo, that's it. That is it right there. Like there's no joke that could top that. Yeah, that was the number one funniest joke, man. That was the number one funniest joke. I ain't gonna hold you. The funniest joke. I ain't heard one to top that. But we all had something special in that moment, right? We all had something special at that time. It's something that, we was building. And how I was feeling was we're about to take the world by storm. We were getting up every morning, G5s, AM, clean up, which was probably before I even started doing my morning chop ups. That's what we was doing. The best place to come, AM. We start off laughing and joking early in the damn morning while people still got hot breath and sleep in AI, and we up early in the morning making jokes. That's what we were doing. If you were building an empire that somebody think that they're gonna destroy it, then you might as well not even be around those people. Don't even have them in your circle. See, No Doug Zone was never just a brand. It was never just a podcast. It was an empire that I'm trying to build. That I want to build. Excuse me, not trying. I don't use the word try. That I'm building. And you think I'm gonna bring somebody around so they can destroy it? Absolutely not. You don't ever let somebody try to destroy what it is that you built. Now, being a part of something and you building something is two different things. Yeah, he said BV Otis. He said BV Otis. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. They coming to see me. They coming to see The Temptations. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Oh man, Temptations is one of my favorite movies. Between that and the Five Heartbeats, Jesus Christ, you can't tell me nothing. Can't tell me nothing when it comes to them two movies. We gonna have movie night too, y'all. Um, so check it right. I did this last year, but I want to let y'all know we gonna have movie night. Right? I did this last year, but we gonna bring it back. So I want y'all to be a part of it. I'm going to wait to next Friday. We're gonna have movie night. So I want y'all to join me. And I'm not gonna do it 6:05. I'm probably going to do it a little later. So keep that in mind. Yes, I'm gonna be on YouTube. We're gonna do, being that we in the month of October, um, we're gonna be doing horror movies. So I did it before, but I want to do it again. So next Friday, I'm gonna pick a time, and I want y'all to come through and rock with your boy. I won't be doing anything next Friday. You're not gonna get a strike. You're not gonna get a strike, Vay, because you're just talking about your favorite movies. They can't give you a strike for talking about your favorite movies. If you go through my channels, Vay, I did it. Because you're not gonna get a copy strike. I'm not showing the movies. We're talking about it. Yeah, I'm not gonna show them. No way in hell I'm doing that. We're gonna just talk about some of our favorite horror movies. We're not showing anything. No, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that. Some people do stuff knowing that they're not supposed to do it. No, hell no, I'm not doing that. I don't. I'm not playing nothing. I don't play no boxing. I don't show no boxing. I don't show no back. I don't do any of that. There's ways that people could do it, and I guess they don't have nothing to worry about. But I'm not in that department, and I don't need no copy strike. I don't need none of that. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But we gonna be on here. Yo, you stupid. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We gonna be rocking next week. We gonna be rocking next week. We gonna be rocking next week, man. So join me next Friday night. I did it last year too. A few of y'all came through last year. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You know how that is, DP. uh, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, DP, ain't it? Ain't that crazy? It's crazy. Yeah, we keep receipts around here. That's what we do. Yeah, we keep receipts around here, baby. You call yourself trying to play somebody. We gonna keep the receipts. When that situation happened with me 2 years ago, I kept receipts. But people thought that, oh, it must be okay. Yeah, I got receipts, man. Yo, man, you don't get your monkey, man. Get out of here with that bullshit. We keep receipts around here, y'all. That's why I love YouTube. That's why I love Instagram. We keep receipts. When you say something, yeah, we go back to that video. Yeah, they be doing worse than you, and that's cool. And that's why I never want nobody. This is why I always say, yo, I always give people the love I do. Keep working, y'all. Keep doing what y'all do. Because I don't know what nobody else situation is. We all can smile on YouTube, but behind closed doors, we going through it. We going through it. Financially, mentally, sometimes physically. We going through it. I don't know what nobody going through, man. All I say is, yo, man, may God bless you and be with you and your family. And I hope y'all come back for it. You come back from it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But the word of the day is feel. Sometimes you're gonna have to be careful how you feel, And then sometimes you have to express how you feel, not yell it, not be emotional, but talk. Yeah, not over here, Josh. We try to keep it as real as we can. But yo, listen, I love y'all. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get my Saturday started. I will be back here this afternoon, but it won't be the talk boxing. I think I'm gonna chill because it's quiet right now. Ain't nothing popping in boxing right now, and I don't really feel like talking about any future fights yet. I won't be. I'll be bringing the Danny Garcia fight and all that back up probably next week. This bitch tried to dox me, but her ass ain't show where I live. I live. Yeah, it is what it is. We'll be back later on today. Y'all know how I am and how I do. Receipts, 44 double. Yo, he's stupid. Yeah, no doubt, Vay. I appreciate you. I love y'all. 6:05. We'll be back. Might come back quicker than that. I don't know. But nah, 6:05. We'll keep it then. It's supposed to be some boxing on the day on the zone. Um, the fight is not here in America. I don't think it's somewhere. I don't know, but I ain't gonna come back and talk about it. We just gonna come back and we just gonna talk. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Y'all know what it is. It's the No Doug Zone podcast. Let's go.